Hello smart viewers, welcome to Face to Face. I'm Septrani Galip and I'll be your host for another 30 minutes. So today we're going to talk about global warming in our world, and today we will be having a special guest talking about global warming. She is the Miss Earth Indonesia 2017, and we're going to discuss about her role in preventing the global warming. But before jumping to the talk show, we're going to talk about the sign of increasing global warming in our world. So the first one is the increase in global temperatures will lead to an intensification of the hydrological cycle. Why? This is because an increase in surface air temperature causes an increase in evaporation and generally higher levels of water vapor in the atmosphere. In addition, a warmer atmosphere is capable of holding more water vapor. The excess water vapor will in turn lead to more frequent heavy precipitation when atmospheric instability is sufficient to trigger precipitation. Intense precipitation can result in flooding, soil erosion, landslides, and damage to structures and crops. The next one is parallel to likely increase in heavy precipitation events in winter. Increased temperatures will also amplify the drying out of soils and vegetation due to increased evaporation in the summer. This is likely to result in more severe and widespread droughts where and when atmospheric conditions do not favor precipitation. And then the largest changes in precipitations are expected at mid to high latitudes, and climate models predict an increase in average precipitation in winter and high latitudes due to the parallel transport of evaporated moisture from lower latitudes. There is also an increase in expected frequency and areal extent of intense precipitation over continents. Predictions for soil moisture changes are less certain. However, models show an increase in soil moisture in high northern latitudes in winter. Over the period 1950 to 1990, annual snowfall increased by about 20% of northern Canada and by about 11% over Alaska. An increase in snowfall was also observed in the 1960s and 1970s in China. A recent analysis indicates a trend toward increasing stream flow in most regions of the United States, consistent with the observations of a wetter climate. Further analysis is needed to reconcile the discrepancy between the findings that increase in U.S. precipitation has been due primarily to increase in heavy precipitation and the analysis that stream flows have become less extreme. Although it is possible to link a particular weather event directly to increased greenhouse gases, the heavy precipitation events highlighted on the map are examples of the kind of situations that are expected to become more frequent as climate warms. The magnitude of the human influence relative to natural variability is much larger for temperature compared to precipitation and atmospheric circulation, meaning that the fingerprint of anthropogenic warming in precipitation records will emerge much more slowly. It may be decades before an unmistakable human signal emerges from the natural background noise. Yes, smart viewers, we will be talking about the climate change and the global warming with our special guest after some commercial breaks, so stay tuned with Face to Face. Hello smart viewers, thank you for staying with us in Face to Face, and here is our special guest, Michelle Victoria Alriani, the Miss Earth 2017 from Jakarta.
Yes, from Jakarta.
How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing fine.
That's
so
good.
perhaps the viewers might want to know more about you. So perhaps you can introduce yourself to the smart viewers.
Sure. Okay, so what's it called? Smart viewers.
Smart viewers.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Hello, smart viewers. My name is Michelle Alriani. I am Miss Earth Indonesia 2017. I am 20 years old and I'm half Indonesian, half Japanese. Nice to meet you all.
All right. So what are you working on lately?
Lately.
Like, what is your current activity?
Okay, well, after coming back from the international rounds, I have been focusing on projects and different jobs that have been given to me. But right now, for this new year, for 2018, I am focusing on new projects and hoping to put together my own programs. Yes.
So what kind of programs are that?
A lot, because you know, with the environment, it's very multifaceted. There's a large range of projects to be held, and I'd like to focus on like as much as I can. So
do you mean it's a whole year of projects?
Yes, well, at least for as long as my reign, so until July. And I want to focus on like beach cleanups, underwater cleanups, animals, and of course plantings.
Plantings, okay, that's great. But we're going to talk about your interest when you joined Miss Earth for the first time back then. What makes you, what grows your interest in joining this competition, you say?
It's actually a long story, and I actually never really thought of joining Miss Earth or any pageant for that matter previously, but it all started back in 2016. So my mom told me to try something out because I'm actually originally a very shy person, very introverted, and because of that, my mom, she forced me to try something new and, you know, get out of that, you know, that shy zone and go out of the box. And so then I tried for one competition, and eventually that led to Miss Earth. And because that one pageant or that one competition wasn't for me, I wanted to do something that was in accordance with my own passion and interests. And that's why, because I do have a passion for the environment, I joined Miss Earth.
Thanks to your mom then.
Thanks to my mom, yes.
Then after you decide to join this pageant, and then what makes you think you can survive in the competition?
How could I survive? Well, it's quite tough, but there's something that I always implement within myself, and there are like 3 core values for me and any journey that I want to pursue. And these 3 values are 1, passion. One, I have to always have passion because that's where the genuine interest in it starts, you know, like that's how we have our own motivation for it.
That's right.
And second is actually dedication. So once I know what I want from this passion, I have to be dedicated and stay committed to what I want to get my goal. And the most important and the last is faith. Faith in myself, but also faith in God, because I think that in the end, the deciding factor is faith.
Okay, so tell me the story of the whole project you said before about the beach cleaning and about your concern in animals and plantings. What exactly do you want to do in this project?
In these projects, so
they
are
want
different
to implement to the public.
It's actually, so for Miss Earth International, I have an advocacy, and it was Hamamayu Hayuning Bawono, which means to re-embellish the beauty of the world. And applying this into my own other projects, I would like to have like an offline and an online campaign. So there's of course online, because through social media, you know, a larger scope of people, but aside from that, also hands-on activities, because in the end, what matters is what we do about it and like the concrete impact it has on the environment, and not just talks, not just campaigns, but actual activities. And so that's why I would like to focus on these programs, you know, the cleanups, and have it involve like the large society and a large scope of people, especially the youth, because I think that the youth's role is very important in the movement of environmental awareness and protection.
Okay, so how do you engage with the youth to clean up this project? I mean, there are a lot of projects, and you must have them engage with your vision about, you know, making this project successful, how do you engage with the youth?
Right, how to engage. Because I can't personally go out to different schools, well, I could, but there's just so many schools, so many, you know, sometimes it's quite difficult to pinpoint where I want to go or focus on. So I think that one of the most effective and useful means is social media. So I do believe that social media, we have to use it wisely and effectively. And one of the ways for which I can promote or encourage the youth to join in my projects and join in environmental activities is actually through social media. So not only through information, but also encouraging and asking them to join with me later for the programs and the projects. So I'll be having that, and I guess stay tuned because I actually haven't posted about it yet. So that will be like a new teaser, like
So,
at least now.
It hasn't been released
not
about
yet.
the campaign? Okay, so we would like to know about why do you put your concern in the beach cleaning? I mean, yeah, Indonesia has so many beaches, but why? Why about beach cleaning?
I think
Is our beach dirty or something
actually,
like that?
well, actually, in all honesty, if we put into the facts and statistics, Indonesia is actually the second largest or the second biggest contributor to marine pollution.
Oh,
so
really?
that is, yes, so that's just under China. And it's actually surprising for me because who would have thought Indonesia, especially us being an archipelago consisting of 17,000 islands, that's just crazy to think that we're the one polluting. But it's true, it's a fact. And we actually waste, or actually we actually put into the sea approximately 3.22 million tons of waste annually. And because of that, that's why one of the focuses that I want to go to is actually into the beach cleanings or underwater cleanups, because in my opinion, with that fact and with that statistic, it's quite surprising and also upsetting, right? It's Indonesia, it's our home, and like this earth is also our home. So you have to focus and act upon our responsibilities and our mistakes as well.
Okay. Can you tell us more about the planning you want to make, the step-by-step about the cleaning process you might want to do in the future, and about the plantings and animals? Can you tell us more about that?
Of course, yeah. So with the plantings, of course, deforestation is also another large problem in Indonesia, right? With our forests being cut down all the time and then leading to habitat loss and degradation. And so I think that an important way for us to tackle that issue or deforestation is actually to act upon it and to, again, re-embellish the forests, because Indonesia, it has a beautiful biodiversity. And it's such a shame if that, you know, if we take it away. And so my plan is to plant as many trees, but also mangroves, because of the tidal waves that come in, and so how that helps within the smaller villages as well. And aside from that, actually also, it's not really a plant, but it's a biophore, and we put that underground to prevent flooding, and actually there are actually a lot of benefits to that too. So if you're focusing on those three things for plantings. For animals, I was actually thinking of working together with the WWF in order to have a research or like a documentary done about the 5 main endangered species in Indonesia.
All right, so after this we're going to explore more about Michelle as the Miss Earth International. Miss Earth
Indonesia,
International.
yes.
So after some commercial break, we'll be back. Stay tuned on Face to Face. Welcome to Face to Face, and we're going to continue our discussion about the global warming and how to save our Earth. Okay, how to save our Earth? If we're just the youth, and is there any simplest thing we can do to you know, to decrease the global warming.
Yeah.
I mean, global warming is happening.
Yes.
And
Admittedly,
we
it is
cannot
happening.
prevent it anymore, but
Yes.
we have to decrease.
Yes,
Yeah.
in my opinion, there are actually very easy and very simple ways for all of us to contribute to the decrease, or to the mitigation of global warming, and to reduce our carbon footprint, right? And it's actually very, very simple, and we probably don't think about it like on a daily basis, but it actually helps on a bigger impact and on a long-term scale. And there are a couple of tricks or tips, I guess, for the mitigation, or how we as the youth can help to mitigate global warming. One of the ways is actually to reduce the usage of plastics. So either if it's like plastic bags going to the grocery store or plastic bottles, it's better if we bring our own water bottle or like tumbler, or we bring our own bag into the grocery store. And we can also use public transportation to decrease the air pollution. And very simple and easy tricks or tips, I guess, to really help involve and include ourselves into the movement.
All right, but as I promised before, we would like to know more about Michelle as the Miss Earth Indonesia 2017. So we have taken some photos of you, and we're going to know more about the stories behind the pictures.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Which one is you?
If you can't tell from the crown, it's actually in the middle.
Oh, in the middle,
yes.
yeah. You wear the same
the
crown today.
Crown. Yes.
So, what is this conference?
Yes, it's a press conference for Bojonegoro Fashion and Art Award 2017. I actually attended this event right after coming back from the Philippines, so just a week after, and it was for a fashion show.
Fashion show.
Yes.
Oh, you did walk on the catwalk?
Yes, a fashion show.
In the press conference?
Yes, in Bojonegoro. Well, for that show, yes.
Okay, next we have...
yes. So this is actually the
pretty.
fashion show. Thank you. From the Bojonegoro Fashion Art and Awards
it looks
2017.
Kind of oriental
concept.
So
the theme of the fashion show was actually ASEAN, and different designers took different concepts or ideas, and this one was the Asian, or like the Asian race for the fashion show.
Who designed the dress?
This was it was from Jakarta, though I forgot her name. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Okay, next. Okay.
This is really fun. This was in Wakatobi. Yes, and that was also right after I came back from the Philippines. And this is with the Bapak Bupati of Wakatobi. And here I am. This was during one of the gatherings for different companies during the Wakatobi Wave 2017.
All right, so what are you doing in this event?
Here I was accompanying the Bapak Bupati, but also helping to encourage the youth and attend the different events that was there for Wakatobi Wave.
Okay, all right, so next one. Oh, beautiful!
Thank you. This is also in Bojonegoro. Yes, and here you probably can't tell, but I'm holding a blimbing, which is, I guess,
I thought it's mango. All right.
No, it's a blimbing, yeah. And here was actually the very first time I tried blimbing, which is quite surprising.
Time? Yeah. The first time in your lifetime,
yes, the very first time.
20 years you walk on this earth.
And as an Indonesian,
how was it taste?
It was very fresh, and because here I was in a kebun blimbing, so it's properly where it was, being grown. And I tried the very fresh one, so it was just plucked out of the tree, and I tried it, and it was very fresh, very sweet. And I told my mom to try it, and she said, it's different from any other blimbing. It is very fresh. So I was like very lucky to have a good first try of a blimbing.
Starfruit is that?
Yes.
Yeah. Hope we can find one in Jakarta.
Yeah, they should. It's very delicious.
So this one.
This is also from Wakatobi Wave. Here we were having dinner, and this year Wakatobi Wave was quite different from the previous years because there were different kings or Raja and Sultans that came to the Wakatobi Wave. And here I am with the Malaysian royalty who attended Wakatobi Wave.
Wow, cool.
And they were very enthusiastic about Indonesia and about Wakatobi, so I was really happy to talk to them about Indonesia and the similarities and differences with Malaysia as well.
You just go promote about our country.
Of course, we have to.
Okay. Is there any picture left? Alright,
okay.
this one.
Here I was the moderator for an event or a conference in another university, and I had the opportunity to talk afterwards as well with different representatives from different NGOs, including the Climate Institute, ACERN, and World Resources Institute.
Oh, so
yes.
you did go to several universities before?
A few, yes.
A few.
Yes, for different events, but this one specifically was for I was as the moderator for a talk show as well.
How was the experience?
It was my very first time.
Oh,
yes,
you must be nervous?
Yes, I was quite nervous. But it's a new learning experience for me, and I think that it's always important to learn and try something new.
Yes, that's right.
Especially for skills.
Okay, another picture?
Okay.
Maybe? Okay.
Yes, here I was at the Jakarta, what was it? It's a gathering for automobiles. So here I was interviewing the president of IATO, and it was actually quite surprising because he's a very knowledgeable man, and it turns out that there are a lot of different automobile companies that are actually working towards a greener lifestyle and innovation. So they really are implementing eco-friendly innovations or engines into our society today.
Oh,
yes.
That must be one big experience.
It is. It's quite amazing.
So the last picture we have here.
Yes, here. Yeah, this was just after the press conference, actually, from the Bojonegoro Fashion Art and Awards. And here I was promoting actually the dress that I'm wearing. And the reason for this is because, you know, us as Indonesians, we have to be proud of our identity, and that includes batik as our clothing, or like, you know, our traditional lifestyles.
So that's why you always wear batik.
Yes, I do, because it's really important, in my opinion, to represent Indonesia as well.
All right, but the crown is heavy.
The crown,
the crown is heavy.
Yes.
Alongside responsibility.
Yes, so not just the responsibility, it's physically heavy as well.
That's because you're wearing something heavy.
Yes, it's actually,
you have to think that.
It reminds me.
Yeah, it reminds you that you have something heavier, which is responsibility.
That's very true.
Do you think that being Miss Earth is one biggest achievement in your life?
In all honesty, I do. Because seeing from who I was before, I was still I still am, but I was a university student, and I was very much introverted, and I focused on academics, competitions. I didn't think that I could be able to be as outgoing or really push out of the box. And to win Miss Earth Indonesia for me was one big achievement as me personally, but also externally, because now I have a bigger voice, and my passion, or like one of my dreams, is actually to really inspire and to build my own foundation. So with this title, I have that opportunity now, and it's such a great achievement, and I'm so grateful for it. And it's really, as you said, it's a big responsibility. So it is quite a big achievement for me.
All right. So, you know, having the title as the Miss Earth, how about you know, the environment around you, the people, how do they see you, like daily?
Daily. So
something changed?
I guess with my friends, for me personally, I guess, as a person, I haven't changed. I mean, I still like my old quirks and, you know, my little guilty pleasures. But with the title, I guess what's different is now I have to find a nexus, or like a balance, on how to stay true to myself while conforming to pageant standards. So that was quite difficult, but I learned that what's important is who we are on the inside and how we make the inside shine, as opposed to being someone we're not. And I think that's what Miss Earth really taught me, and in my opinion, it helps teach others, because now I have that opportunity to share it with other people too.
And she does shine.
Thank you.
Is there any last message for the smart viewers at home who wants to try maybe the Miss Earth 2018 in the future?
2018.
Any encouraging words from
well, smart viewers. First things first, Miss Earth 2018 auditions are actually already open, and I definitely encourage all of you to try it out, because for me personally, Miss Earth was such a stepping stone, and it is one learning experience, one in a lifetime experience, and who knows what it could be for you. So try it out, and you know, if you're passionate as I am, we can always work together on it. But for me, what's most important is, as I said, the passion and the dedication and the faith. So always try your best and never give up, because you never know where it will take you.
Great quote from
you.
Michelle. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
It's a very inspiring discussion, and we hope that we, as the youth, can bring good impact in decreasing the global warming in our world. So thank you for today for watching Face to Face, and we will see you in another episode next week. So goodbye.
Thank you.